If you're looking for a back-to-school art project, this painting is a crowd favorite. First, I'm going to take my mop brush with some white, gray, and some tan and do up and down brush strokes all the way across your canvas. I'm using 12 by 12 textured cardstock today, but you could use whatever kind of canvas you'd like. And notice how I'm not overblending my colors so that they blend all into one shade. I'm kind of piecing them in. If you do this, it's going to look more like a wood grain because we're going for a rustic look today. So there's how mine turned out, and then make sure to dry the background. I'm using a hairdryer to speed up the process. Okay, so next grab a round brush, or I'm going to use one of my crease brushes because it's going to be good for filling in a large apple basket shape. Taking dark brown, light brown, and tan, slightly off to the left-hand side of my canvas, I'm going to do a large letter U. Notice how the U shape has a flattened bottom so the apple basket doesn't tip over. And then we don't want the apples to fall out of the basket, so we want to fill in the sides. I'm just doing up and down brush strokes with this, alternating between my colors, not blending them together completely like the background. You want to see that wood grain look. And then don't worry about the top and bottom of your basket either. We'll fix that up. But I like to kind of go back in then and make sure the colors alternate light, dark, like this. Once you get it filled in, I like to step back and kind of fix up the edge. I'm going to go around with a slightly darker color and then make sure it's completely dry. Now we can fix up the top and bottom of the basket. I'm using my crease brush again with a lighter shade from my basket. And let's just do one big rim across the top, hide all those rough edges like this. Notice how I have it curved slightly. And then at the bottom, same thing, just smaller so it has something to stand on. We're just keeping it simple today, but you can design it however you'd like. After you have it designed, make sure to dry it. And one detail I like to add is, you know how apple baskets are held together by those little nails? I'm going to take one of my detail brushes and some dark brown and do just little tiny dots all the way across the top of the rim and then all the way across the bottom. There, now we can go apple picking. So start with some light red and dark red together on the plate like this. And I'm going to use one of my large spouncers. It's just a round sponge on a stick. I like to dip into both colors together, and then I try to line up the light color at the top so it looks like the light is shining on it. And see, that's a very simple apple. Just use it like a stamp. I like to press down, little twist, and pull up. And you can add as many apples as you want. I usually do one row across the top and then layer some at the very top like this. Maybe even some fell off onto the ground, so I'm going to do two that fell off right there. And there's our apples. Make sure they are dry for the next step, and then we can add the leaves. Using dark and light green and a fan brush, this is one of my favorite easy leaf painting tricks. Just dip into both greens together, loading up the side of the brush, and you're also going to use it like a stamp. So I say practice first. All you do is press down and pull up, and that makes a leaf shape. So just line up the corner of the fan brush where you want it to be connected to the apple, press down and pull up, and there you go. This is super fun. I like to add a couple leaves all the way around the outside like this. Not all of them have to show. Maybe some apples are turned the opposite direction. And of course, don't forget the ones that fell out of the basket. There you go. Another thing you can do before they dry, if you do it quick enough, is take a toothpick, and I like to just scratch a little line through the center of the leaf to give it a vein. You don't have to do this, but it's a fun option, especially if you have a lot of paint on there. While you have the green paint for the leaves, let's add some grass. I'm going to take a small round brush, and with the dark and light green together, just do simple upward brush strokes all the way across the bottom of your canvas. Remember, grass doesn't have to be perfectly straight. It can be leaning across each other, and it can also be going across the bottom edge of your basket. The basket can still be peeking through, but that way too, it doesn't look like it's floating. It's actually sitting on the ground. I added some darker green in there for some contrast, and then I grabbed my detail brush. Let's add some simple stems to our apples. I just did tiny little dark brown lines coming out from where the leaf is connected to the apple. Notice how they're turned all different directions like this. And of course, don't forget the ones that fell out of the basket. For final touches, I'm just going to take my dark brown and do a small outline around my rim of my basket. I feel like that blended in the background too much. And then I cleaned off my detail brush and grabbed some white. All you have to do is tiny little half circles like this in your apples to make it look like they're shining. That is also optional, but I think that's a fun little detail to make it pop. And there's my back to school apple basket. I hope everybody enjoys this painting. I hope everybody's having a fun time getting ready for back to school, and just have a great weekend. Happy painting, everybody.